Welcome to Living Strong, everyone. My name's Andy Bamford, and this channel is all about AI and technology. So today we are going to delve into prompt engineering, probably a really hot topic right now. Well, it is a hot topic, and it's a very important thing, I believe, to get your head around, especially if you want to get into app development, any sort of business processes where you're thinking about using AI. You need to be able to write a consistent and reliable prompt that produces the right results all the time. So without further ado, guys, let's kick off with the intro and then we'll be into it. Alright, you guys, here we are. I'll just get that screen up and we can start talking about some stuff. Into it. Alright, so first off, creating the ultimate prompt. So I called it the ultimate prompt because it's, well, you can never have an ultimate prompt, but it's certainly a way, what we've come up with here is a way to build a prompt, and other people are using similar techniques as well. But to build a prompt that's consistent and reliable. So that's what this video is about. It's just an introduction. We will be expanding on this stuff in further videos. So here we go. All right, let's first of all just talk about the standard prompt. So the standard prompt's what everyone sort of chucks into ChatGPT or whatever large language model you're using. And it's usually something simple like, what is the capital of France? And then obviously the ChatGPT or the large language model, which is what ChatGPT is, a large language model, will come up with an answer. Now, what makes an ultimate prompt? So an ultimate prompt is something that is clear, specific, results driven, and it uses some sort of a framework. We've come up with a prompting blueprint, guys. All right. So the prompt engineering blueprint. So this is pretty standard stuff if you understand your prompt engineering. It's basically, first thing is making sure you have a good setup. When we talk about the setup, we're talking about setting up a clear set of instructions in the system section or the system prompt for the specific prompt itself. Then we need instruction, we need output, and we need evaluation. So let's go through those things. Building the ultimate prompt. So let's talk about the task of explaining the cycle of water. That would be a simple standard prompt. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is look at the setup. So in the setup, we're going to set a role for the large language model. So in this specific situation, we're saying you are a science tutor. Now you might want to get even more specific. You might want to say you're a science tutor for a school, and make sure that you talk to everyone, or make sure you give the answer on a really basic level that everyone can understand. Secondly, we've got the instructions. So this is the actual prompt that has been input into the system. And this would be a very simple prompt, would be explain the water cycle in one paragraph using simple terms. All right. And then the output's really important as well. So if we are building an application or we are building a chatbot or something like that, it's quite important to have a nice, neat output, nice formatted output that people can read. In this situation, we've gone and said, provide an explanation as a numbered list. So you might want to say, output it as a set of bullet points, or create a table, or whatever. There's so many different ways you can do these things. Last of all is evaluating the prompt. So evaluation. So have a look at the results. if they're not up to scratch, then you need to go through and refine the prompt. So it's testing and refining, testing and refining all the way through. All right, guys. So let's look at some of the techniques that we can use for prompt engineering. So we've got zero-shot prompting. That's just your standard prompt where you simply ask it a question. This is what most people do. Secondly, we've got single-shot prompting, and that's giving an example to the LLM. Few-shot prompting, that's giving a few examples to the LLM so it gets an idea of what's going on. And lastly, chain of thought prompting. All of these topics we're going to cover in greater detail in further videos. But let's look at chain of thought prompting. So a lot of people probably haven't heard of this, but chain of thought is where it's quite simple really. You simply say to the model, explain step by step, or give some reasoning, or show your calculations, or break it down logically. So what this does is it allows the prompt, it allows the LLM, I should say, to list things out in a methodical fashion rather than haphazardly. And the next thing we're going to talk about is using hyperparameters. So it sounds like a flash word, but it's not really. It's just the settings. So if you look at OpenAI, for example, if you go into the playground, there's a whole bunch of settings there, and we'll have a look at those soon. We've got temperature, we've got max tokens, we've got top P, we've got frequency and presence penalties, and we've got stop sequences. All of this stuff we will definitely get stuck into and teach you guys about in further videos. It's all important stuff that you need to know to really craft your prompt properly. All right, and just one other thing that's really important, especially for the output, is the use of delimiters. So delimiters define boundaries, prevent ambiguity, and also control output. Ambiguity, I should say. I'll get that word right. All right, the OpenAI Playground. We're going to have a quick look at the playground now. I'm going to show you guys around it, and then when we come back in future videos, we can really get stuck in and use that playground. So what it's used for is real-time prompt testing, experimenting with hyperparameters, and also saving prompts for future use. So you can save prompts, and if you come up with a really good prompt, you can definitely use that again. It's important to have a prompt library. So let's jump into the playground for a second. So here's the playground, guys. If you haven't seen this before, you need to get yourself an OpenAI account. And I think there is a free account, and I think when you first sign up, you can get some credits or something. I'm not too sure actually, but I haven't checked into that too much because I've had a paid account for quite a while. But definitely with a paid account, it's like $20 a month. It's well worth having. So this is the API login for OpenAI, and up the top here we have a playground section. So we click on playground, and here we have the settings down the side. We've got the model you want to use, the response format, what I was talking about before, the temperature, max tokens, stop sequences, top P, and the frequency settings as well, frequency and presence settings as well. All right, so I think I'll leave it at that for now because I just wanted to cover the basics, and we're going to have another video in the near future. So yeah, so what I suggest you guys do now is jump onto into OpenAI, have a crack at it yourself. Use the prompting blueprint that I talked about. Now I'm going to be putting a prompt blueprint in the description below, so you guys can click the link and get that blueprint. And yeah, and definitely share your results and in the comments below. This is my first video, guys, so I'm just getting the hang of it. So please like, subscribe, and click the notifications bell, so if anything new comes through very shortly, you guys are onto it and you get to see that information. All right, catch you later, guys.